Hey everyone, this is Karan. Welcome back to our channel. In the previous video, we have talked about abstraction, how to achieve abstraction using abstract classes and methods. And if you don't have any idea, you can watch it. In this video, we will talk about encapsulation, one another major pillar of OOPS concept. We have seen until now we have seen major pillars of OOPS concept, that is abstraction, and in this video we will talk about encapsulation. Now encapsulation is the process of implementing abstraction is encapsulation. That's it. Now let's move on further by opening our notes, by going through our notes. Yes. Now let's see first point: binding of data, that is variables, and code acting on data, that is methods. Methods act on code, that code acts on the data, that is a method acts on the variables, and together as a single unit, this together as a single unit is called as encapsulation. So process of implementing abstraction is called as encapsulation, and using class we can achieve encapsulation. Didn't I say, guys, without class and objects you cannot achieve any pillars of OOPS concept. So you need a class and object. Now in encapsulation, the variables of a class will be hidden from other classes and can be accessed only through the methods of their current class. So therefore it is also known as data hiding. So encapsulation is also known as data hiding. But if I want to access those private variables, now if you want to hide from other classes, how will you hide? You need to declare those variables as private in the class. Now if you declare those variables as a private, how will you access it in other classes? By declaring the variables as private, even if you want to access those private variables, how will you access in other class? By providing methods. All right, so we will see it how to achieve encapsulation. Here comes the question: how to achieve encapsulation? Now we have two following points. By implementing these points, you can achieve encapsulation in Java. First is to declare the variables of a class as private, because you need to hide data, and that is what about encapsulation, hiding of a data. It's another name of encapsulation is data hiding. Hence declare the variables of a class as private, and then provide public setter and getter methods to modify and view the variable values. Now if you are confused with the setter and getter methods, no worries, I will explain it in the using STS tool. So let's open our STS tool. I have already created a project OOPS. Under OOPS project, under SRC folder, I will create a package. Right click on SRC folder, package name I will give as encapsulation, and then I'll click on finish. I'll right click on package, again new, and class name I will give as encap test, and I'll click on finish. Now what I need is variables, private variables. Now we will take variables of employee. Let's say name, ID, age. You will need a data type. Data type of name will be string, data type of ID will be int, data type of age will be again int. But remember, guys, how to achieve encapsulation: by declaring the variables as private. So private string name, private int ID, private int age. Alright, we have all the variables. Now another point to achieve encapsulation is, remember guys, you need to provide public getter and setter methods. Now, these private variables can be accessed only in the encap test. But what if you want these variables? What if you want to access these variables outside the class of encap test in some other class? You want to access it. How will you need to provide methods, code acting on the data. This is the data, and we'll write a code acting on the data. Code acting on the data is method, and data is variables. So what you will do is, you don't need to remember the syntax of getter and setters. What you need is just to right click and source. You will have an option generate getters and setters. Now just click on the checkbox on whichever variables you want public getter and setters. Even if you have options whether you want getter or setter. You want getter or setter to id, and you want a getter get name and set name for name. So I want to all the getter and setters for age, id and name, and I have clicked on the checkbox. Now I will click on generate. Look at this, guys. I have got all the getter and setters. I will save it by using Control S, by pressing Control and S. Now until here we have understood how to declare variables as private and provide public getter and setters. But still we haven't achieved and we haven't accessed private variables using public getter and setter. So you will need another class, and let's create another class under package encapsulation, new, right click new, and class name I will give as class A, and I will click on the checkbox because I'll require a main method, and then I click on finish button. So yes, I've got a main method. Now remember, guys, the public setter and getter methods are the access points of the instance variables, as I said earlier, and I will repeat it again because this is what encapsulation surrounds with. And getter and setter methods are access points. Access points, you cannot access private variables without these methods. So it is said as access points. So any class that wants to access the variables should access them through these getter and setter methods. So what I mean to say, if you want to access those private variables using class A, you can access it using public getter and setter methods. Now how will you just need to set first. Now what does setter and getter means? Setter means the name itself insists just set the name, set the id, set the age. And getter means just get the age, get the id and get the name which already has been set. Now first we need to set the name, age and id. How will you will need to create an instance of class encap test. So let's create an instantiate the encap test class encap. I'll give reference name as encap. Now I will set using reference encap. I'll first of all set the name. Name is of string type, hence in double quotes I will give name as Karan. I will set id. id I will give as 101 because it is of integer type. No require you don't require double quotes. Ncap dot set age. Age, again, it is of integer type, hence you don't require double quotes to surround with. Now I have already set. Let's run this program. Right click, run as Java application. Your program has run, but what happened is you haven't printed anything on the console. So how will you? By using ncap.get. How will you access it? By using getter method. Ncap.get, get name, ncap.get id, and ncap.get age. Alright, even if you, now I need to print it on console. So how will I? I will require system.out.println method. First I will require name in double quotes. I'll give name. I'll cut this and paste it in system.out.println method. Yes, we are done with it. Now let's again right click, let's run this program again. Right click, run as Java applications. Did you see that, guys? On the console your name, id and age has been printed. So this is how you access private variables in another class using public getter and setter methods in some other class. So this is what encapsulation is. Now let us again move back to our notes and see what are the benefits of encapsulation. Now you will have a better idea to explain what are the benefits of encapsulation. The fields of a class can be made read or write only. A class can have total control over what is stored in its fields. So these are the benefits of encapsulation. I guess, I hope you have understood what is encapsulation, what are its benefits, how to achieve encapsulation, and so on. So in the upcoming videos I will explain another other OOPS concept. For the time being, signing off. Thank you very much.